medic unusual, as I believe we're finally live. My God, it is i49.tf. Donate whatever you can so we can have a proper world championship in August in England. I hopefully will go and watch it live, but we are going to see HRG at blue, Epsilon red, and actually Numlocked wasn't too slow. He did go balcony along with Nox, the red medic who's in the balcony. Shade is back of the enemy train. He's under a lot of pressure. He actually does stay alive somehow. In the meantime, Numlocked is trying to push the point and finish off Shade, who's still alive somewhere. zBrian and Sizer are going to clean up too. Nox is still alive. Shade, by the way, run crits to the first middle. Didn't catch that. Epsilon's Nox is out, so medic alive for Epsilon. Kind of a weird mid. Epsilon kind of all over the place. Shade almost died, but he stayed up. Yuki's got crits ready to go.
Yeah, just as I was saying earlier, HRG just got the early positioning on the mid. Like Epsilon weren't really able to do anything. I mean, they got a frag early, but didn't really mean anything. As it looks like, yeah, crits coming in through this main door. Banny has used it. Does kill the soldier, so trade kill, but quick counter by Nox. He's going to just be pushing Banny, and they're going to look to slay him as he's actually living forever. I don't know how that happened. Bash finally does take him down. Trade on both sides, but Epsilon getting the slider better into the deal as there's actually Shade walking into last behind the point. Bit of over-eagerness there by HRG as actually Lancey's going to try and back up from low right here. He does get taken down by Mike, and this is going to be an easy retakes by Epsilon, so I guess HRG kind of overstaying their welcome there.
Yeah, well, Banny loves to pressure, but he doesn't have Shade, who died later on in the fight as the ×4 is going off both scouts. Stefan and Bash capped that down. I think Shade wanted to switch to go to regular Uber. He's like, I don't want to push last with crits, but that did not work out at all for HRG. And a nice hold for Epsilon as they have taken their yard area. Looking at the Ubers, Nox stayed alive. I don't think he's died yet. Pretty sure he hasn't. He's at 95%. zBrian's in this house, but they have Uber ready to go. Pushing out, zBrian's going to force the early pop. Oh, wow, he's going to kill two. What a play by zBrian, putting on his Tagaron hat with a big play in the house, like Yuki said. And they do have Uber, but Shade's almost got his, and they're down both Demo and Soldier, so they cannot push, but they're going to try to hold this yard area.
Yeah, it looks like Epsilon holding this really forward choke. They should know that HRG are trying to push the resop area. As nice pick by Bash actually taking down side, excuse me. And Uber's forced on both sides. Looks like it's just going to be single Uber on soldiers only. Lancer's going to just be looking to wrap around towards the choke. Get some positioning for his team as looks like he's actually in no man's land with Shade. Shade does get taken down by Mike. And Lancey does get taken down as well. So yeah, just in no man's land right there without their team. They just thought they could just Uber in there from the resop, and instead they just completely pinch it. As zBrian jumping in with a nice aggressive jump, doesn't unfortunately get a kill. Shroga though does get a pick on Gear in the house, lucky to get away with his life as Sizer, the big man, hiding underneath this little, wow, Shroga with a nice pick on Gear, but he does get taken down quickly. And HRG just dropping a lot of late players here, cbear, kind of getting ahead of themselves, I guess.
Welcome to North American casting, Mr. Yuki. You're officially initiated. You've called Sizer Big Brown on a cast. That was awesome. Yeah, so recap by Epsilon. Looking at the Uber advantage, they have big 60%. Nox is one of the best medics in the world currently. I think considered the best medic in EU, and he's not died. And really, other than that zBrian bomb we saw, not really gotten close. Stefan does go down, is playing under Shocky right now to a Banny sticky trap. First of many. I'm sure Banny loves crushing scouts with his right-clicking. Uber is ready to go. Shade's gonna get his, so a little more passive play by Epsilon wrapping around house. They are pressuring Spire, almost capped. Numlocked onto zBrian. A lot of low red guys trying to get healed back up. A forward defense being employed by HRG. Shade and Lansky are out. They've committed to this, but they might get overrun, Yuki, on this right side.
Yeah, really good positioning by Epsilon. Really early Uber by HRG. Late counter coming in from Epsilon. Gear, I guess, is going to be looking for a pick on probably a soldier, as no, he actually does decide to try and go to resort. But not really much happened with Ubers from both sides. Lansky did get a pick on the pocket soldier, Mike, as it looks like cap going on the Spire, and Epsilon are going to successfully cap that. So balls in their core right now as HRG are just all over the place. Lansky does actually manage to get out through the resop area, but he is getting chased by Bash with a nice pick. Sizer coming in with the flank on Numlock. He's going to get forced, but nice work by Gear to take that scout down. HRG lucky to escape with his life out the trash. Wow. He is getting quickly chased by Mike, and Banny with nice killing Gear. So kills happening left and right here as Epsilon are pushing through this main. going in towards the last point. Mike's going to be quick to jump on that. Numlock with a nice kill on Benny. And wow, first round Epsilon. That was completely unexpected.
Wow, the heartbreaker round early. That's what we call it when a team is on last and gets pushed all the way back. Epsilon, I did not see that coming. So I said 5-1 HRG. It's going to be 5 in a row. Threw that round away, did HRG. Picked a really weird fight, that fight at their Spire after it was capped, and they got wiped and lost. So Epsilon looks really good so far. Numlock is going to go patio for his second straight mid. Banny quickly through the main gate, actually shifts to his patio. Here come the big bombs, but Z Brian gets pummeled down by Numlock and Shrugger as well. Gear with the regular powered stick. No more vanilla for you guys. We've got it too. The equalizer, or I guess the escape plan if you want to be proper about it. And Epsilon aren't going to lose a guy at mid. They're going to roll through Shade, and Lansky did stay alive, but HRG got destroyed in mid.
Yeah, this is ridiculous. It's like Epsilon's DM players are actually playing a lot better. Sorry, this heavy players are playing a lot better on this hyping than I expected them to. They're actually matching up, even looks like outclassing HRG on these mids, and it's definitely something I haven't expected, as Epsilon just setting up through this lobby area, and HRG are going to opt for the standard double util. Meanwhile, Epsilon looking to their token, go through low right, try and get a pick on high right, but that's not going to happen, as Gear and Numlock taking a lot of damage, and definitely a different style of, I guess, demo man positioning here, as Numlock is kind of a bit more of a pocket demo man, as far as I'm aware, in EU, as opposed to Banny, who does take a good amount of hills, but he doesn't take anywhere near as many as Numlock, so it's interesting to see the clash of playstyles, as Zebra with a nice pick on Nox. I don't even know how that happened.
You said that the American, or the European ping would play an issue 150, trying to milk away, didn't want to pop there. Z Brian got forward, and Nox, who I was praising, drops. Oh my! And that's going to cue the push from HRG. Lansky and Shade are out. Shade is going to milk himself. And Slansky shotties down Gear. Sizer able to turn one as well. Looking for any possible backcaps. Everybody is in front. Huge drop by Nox changes the complexity of this round, and HRG did not pop coming out to cap 2, so they're going to have their Uber pushing into mid, a possible 2-point swing.
Yeah, it looks like they're coming in through this house, fancy as that is, and he's going to be trying to just jump in here, force Epsilon out, as the Uber is actually forced on their side. Lansky's going to try and at least get a pick here, but that's not going to happen, as actually there is a soldier behind, so he's going to be quick to take him down. Banny with a nice S-stick here, but Bash actually getting a kill on Sizer, who was kind of overextending there. That's pretty bad considering Epsilon will be having Uber in the next couple of seconds. A bit too late for him, as Epsilon are coming in through this house with Uber advantage. Numlock leading the charge. Mike failing his rocket jump. Not been here, as never mind. It does get forced by a nice play by, I think that's Lansky that's behind. No, it is Z Brian, who's just being a pest, just going onto the Spire and just trying to take as much time as he can off Mike, the MG superstar. Looks like Mike on his home ground, Badlands Fire the MG Arena, as they do both trades. So actually a really good trade for HRG, because two players went back to deal with that soldier, and they're coming up on Uber again. So it's a lot of mids getting traded a lot here, cbear, as we see HRG coming into this mid.
Oh, but Lansky's going to go down to Shade couldn't pop his Uber, doesn't want to, I guess. They know that that Red doesn't have theirs, so they're just going to power them out. Leapfrogging back and forth, but HRG doing it without popping, so they have a chance to push quickly here and take Spire here. There's this Red Soldier getting a little bit frisky. That is Gear, but he's going to back off, and it looks like Epsilon is going to back all the way to their house, so a chance for HRG to take this upper yard area, but they're just going to sit back. So they pushed in, dropped Lansky, but kept their Uber, but didn't push the advantage. A little odd, and now Epsilon does have their different Uber, and they're crawling back out of their house, and there's going to be a fight here in upper yard. Numlock is getting pressured by Banny. He's got a lot of damage on him. He's going to get saved by his medic, but he is very low in the course of this fight. He's going to have to go get healed up. He's still sitting at half health. He wants his medic to heal him. Heal the demo, but fighting is going to subside here, and we're going to stalemate out a little bit as teams spam this left choke area.
Z-Brian's on 300, jumping around the choke, going to be looking for that force, but doesn't really happen, as he gets a nice rocket on the scout, but that's about it. And I wouldn't be surprised to actually see Epsilon heal up and use this, because unlike HRG, they're pretty quick to use like advantages like that. HRG being, I guess, the more timid team, as Uber forced on both sides in-house, getting the slightly better exchange of that, as Mike is going to look to force a multi in here, trying to catch Banny off, but no damage happening to that. And there's actually a scout hiding in that closet area, going to be looking to flank Mike, but Epsilon players are leaking in. Shocky with a nice kill on Shade, Shrugger returning with a kill on Nox, but Epsilon scouts just going bonkers here, pretty much running rounds over HRG, it looks like, as Gear actually does get taken down. So It's a lot of, I guess, a shit flinging fest happening here, as Numlock's the only one left alive, trying to get some lucky F-arts, but that's not going to happen.
I don't know if Z Brian had the crit shovel, the market garden. No, he's just got the stick. He went for the old roamer special, the jump into equalizer attack thing. That was funny. But no, that's going to be a full wipe. Really close fight, actually. Both medics did go down. Uber is going to be a slight advantage, 20% advantage for Shade. He did go down earlier. Oh, he does have the Crits Krieg pushing last. So we saw Banny use crits quite a bit towards the end of the season and at LAN, at least in the LAN finals, which I cast. I didn't see the Saturday game, so I don't know what he was doing there. But that is going to probably catch Epsilon off guard. I'm not sure how much crits they use in EU. Do they see it as often? We've been seeing more and more in North America lately. Brian goes in early, trying to diverge the eye away from top left, where Bandy comes in with Krieg. Does get Mike, but the medic did escape. He's going to get the bonesaw. Uber! Nox sneaks out, pops Uber. What a play by him, making up for his earlier drop. Shocky onto Shrugger behind the point. He's going to clean that up. Shade does get out, but wow. Nox with the really cheeky play comes out with the Uber saw.
Yeah, I was definitely, as you were saying, cheeky play by Nox there to actually catch Banny off there in Uber, so it wasn't something that Banny expected. As I'm surprised Epsilon not, yeah, there you go, they're actually starting to put some pressure on here as they trade, wow, they trade two players, Zebrian getting fixed on Bash and Numlock. I wouldn't be surprised to see HLG push this next couple of seconds, as they actually are coming up on Kritzkrieg, 95%. And they're pushing through this high left area. Good heals on Lansky and Banny. Actually, no, Lansky actually on 50 hit points. As here we go, Crits is used on Banny. He's looking for some stickies, does take down Nox. He can't find Mike. Not really much happening apart from this, but Shrugger with a nice kill on Mike. Stefan returning with a kill on Banny and Sizer. So, Epsilon with a really good positioning here. HRG were just bunched up there, I guess blobbing a bit too much, as Brad Ross would say. But Shrugger coming in from the main door, gonna try and clean this up. Nice cleanup by him, and that brings us to 1-1.
Thought Epsilon might have held that. I didn't see how Numlock died. He spawned just in time to get some burst cleanup damage. Turned a couple kills there, but in the end, the Lansky Shrugger late push cleaned up the only remaining scout. As Bash is just sitting at 450 ping, as I think the server is getting a little bit laggy. 500 ping to mid, not a problem. He's a scout. You can just set your interp, and you can always hit the meat, I guess. As Sizer's going to go down to the domination kill to gear early on, but Nox goes down to the very aggressive Shrugger, so no medic. Z Brian gets doubled. Z Brian is a monster so far in this game, echoing what he did at LAN. Scout pressure on the remnants of the blue side, but they do have Shade up, dishing out buffs. One other scout's going to come in, and he's going to go down to the Lansky, Shoddy, and Mike at the very end tries to make a play, but that is going to be a full wipe, except for Gear, who is still at mid, but I don't think he has quite the stones, Yuki, to try something. He's fading back towards his second point.
Yeah, and it looks like Epsilon just waiting for a soldier to just be with the medic, because Mike's going to not be up for a little while yet. As HRG kept up their midpoint, they're going to be looking to push this pretty quickly around the choke with Scout, Demo, Soldier, Med. Pretty standard push here, and they're probably going to look to try and get this without Ubering, as they're actually pushing in through this trash area. Soldier does jump the spire. That is Mike. Does force Uber. Nice play by him, but Bash does get taken down. Epsilon going to lose a couple of players here trying to force this Uber. They really need to try and get some return frags, as Numlock is going to hightail it straight to last. And it was great that they forced Uber, but HRG are up 3 players in, and Zebrian's coming through his low right, trying to get some good positioning. Does get a nice rocket on the Soldier, but nice work by Numlock to take him down there. Manny's just sticking up this point right now, just trying to get some good damage on Epsilon players, but didn't really turn out fruitful, as Sizer is actually in here on the high left as well. I didn't even catch that. Trying to just be a pest towards Epsilon. He's going to get taken down. And that's actually a pretty big disadvantage for HRG, because they're down a scout right now. Really late death. He's not going to be up there for a good 20 seconds. And Epsilon have Uber, and they will be pushing up this last point, cbear.
Yeah, I don't know. Shade is far, far back. He's going to be safe. But there they go. They're going to pop and try to get onto Shade. It is the Numlock Uber. Shade is still out here, but he's dodging as much as he can. The pipes are out, but he can't hit him. Shade, can he get out? Oh, my lord. Shade ducks away at half health. Point is going to go. Banny does go down. Backcap, though. Z Brian got it. Z Brian. I didn't see where he got in, but he snuck by. Soldier backcap. Wow, nipple hairs away for the Spire to go down, but Z Brian says no. He's having an awesome game. Normally, Tagarung is the HRG roamer, but Z Brian is going crazy.
Yeah, Z Brian's been destroying, whereas Lansky not having as much luck, and Banny neither on the score. I can't tell the actual frags. As watching Banny, he's just sitting in the house right now. He's kind of, I guess, locked out a bit, trying to avoid damage. Does take an early rocket. He's just going to go to this patio area, as Epsilon actually have really good positioning. Numlock with the first frag on Z Brian. Bunny, yeah, just not really getting any positioning or damage on mid. I think HRG, yeah, are going to lose this rollout just because they were without his damage there.
Yeah. They do get the mid, there's Epsilon, but late bomb, a roller kill into Bash, and look at Banny, he's going to clean up Stefan, and Nox goes down, he was way too far out, this could be a full wipe, it is, only Shrugger goes down for the blue side, so they lost mid initially, but they just clean them up. By the way, while we have a little downtime, respawn time if you are an Epsilon, I want to shout out Big Shit Wizard. I don't know if he actually expects me to fail one of my students, which I'm not going to do, but he did donate $200, I think, because the pot, i49, is up to 8.3K. So, now that we have more viewers here, if you guys want to help get HRG to land, we only are a couple $1,000s away from our goal. That is i49.tf. It's the reason why we're doing these show matches today and next Sundays. Bash! Wow, while I'm talking, is going to hit a huge headshot on a Shrugger. I don't think it's going to be enough as the Uber for HRG is in, and they just power Epsilon away. It is now 3-1 as my phone makes a funny noise, a beepy noise. But, yeah, Shit Wizard, $200. You're the man.
Yeah, shout out to Shit Wizard being an awesome guy. As Numlock was actually caught really out of position there. He got, I think, 20% health as he was trying to sticky the lower lobby area. And did get taken down. That was pretty much the reason why his team lost that. As really early jump by Gear onto Banny. He's going to do a decent amount of damage to him. As Banny's on 9 hit points, he's the early frag. Epsilon are pretty healthy, except for Gear, who does get taken down. And Stefan with a return kill as well on zbear. So this should be mid for Epsilon, unless HAD decide to turn on the head again. As no, they are going to hightail out of there towards the choke. And Epsilon look like they really want to push this. Numlock and Mike pushing around this choke straight into Lance. Doing some really good damage to him. Stefan with a nice one sizer. And HRG, yeah, just going to have to GTFO and try and set up for this Spire cbear as they only have zbear and Banny just coming up just now.
Shrugger is trying to get aggressive on the medic. Nox takes some damage, but Numlock's able to protect him. The pocket demo still very strong. Usually we see the pocket soldier dealing with these scouts. zbear jumps off of the bats to force Nox out in what we call trash, that lower right side next to Spire if you're the attacking side. So Shade has a full Uber advantage, but Spire does go down. I'm going to look for the blue medic. He's very low at half health, getting pressured up top right at his last. I'm not sure, Yuki, if they're going to use this advantage to push. Well, they're going to pop defensively. Mike got in. Not sure if he caused the pop, but Shade does force a chance to leapfrog for Nox. But Epsilon loses 2, and HRG might be able to pressure Spire, but they have to be careful for the back cap. And this is a tough fight, especially when the other team has medic, Uber advantage, etc.
Yeah, I mean, there's probably not going to be a chance for backup as Epsilon are down both soldiers. They're actually going to have some soldier spawns in time. Stefan just being a nuisance on this Spire, just living for as long as he can. Bash pushing in on the Grey Bridge, trying to get some damage on HRG as they're trying to push in. But Nox coming up with 95% Uber, that's a huge Uber advantage. Just Bash with the shot through the roller door on Sizer, that lag advantage happening right there. As HRG are running a heavy on this last point, and Epsilon really want to push this Uber advantage, but they're extremely weak. Numlock going to be pushing through that, trying to take down that heavy. Let's get some really good stuff. Let's get taken down. I think just need to make a play for the point first, honestly, as like HRG are going to get Uber pretty much regardless.
Wow.
Here with a nice frag, Uber is forced, and
great
yeah,
defense
this is going to be a
by
there.
Yeah, great defense by HRG. Banny kept stickies on the point, then transferred to protect his medic. Shade was very low at the start of that fight, but he was at 80%. Ducked into spawn at the last minute, got his Uber, and that is going to be a hold. And they're posturing towards Spire. Actually, Banny is going to throw some forward stickies up what we call drop down, that little doggy door on the right side of the defensive side there. I think that's the door that zbear snuck in to get that last back half to make it 3-1. By the way, while I pitched the i49.tf link. Also, I forgot to say, for some of our new viewers, as we do have quite a few more of you guys, if you're interested in donating, if you attach your Steam ID with your donation to i49.tf, you're eligible to win a Medic Plasma hat, the Medic Mirror. I'm not sure the exact name. It is the Plasma Medic Mirror. It is awesome, and it is up for raffle if you put your Steam ID with your donation. So please do, as we are approaching our goal rapidly here. So successful so far. Back in the game, we're stalemated out. Yuki, both sides have their Uber. Shrugger is running the Roshan, and there's a sniper. Sizer's going for the close entry headshot, but he's not going to get it as both medics do pop. Gear goes down to the Banny trap. Mike is going crazy. He's going to try to sneak out, but no, wow, Mike does get out. He's going to flip the overpowered, not so much overpowered stick, but still pretty powerful stick. And HRG defends with ease. Is going to force Epsilon all the way back to their gray bridge.
Yeah, Bash actually hiding in this trash area. I wonder if he's going to try either for a flank or a back cap, as it's kind of uncharacteristic for HRG to push out. And yeah, like they didn't really have an overwhelming advantage, because we know that HRG are pretty much really only going to push with an overwhelming advantage, especially off last on Badlands, as they're going to sit with their standard double util, sniper and heavy. Sizer eyeing the main door, not really having anything happen there, as Bash finds a sticky trap waiting lower. Not really much happening right now, as I don't know, I wonder if Epsilon will try and use a util, or if they're just going to try their patented double soldier lower right, trying to spam that heavy. No damage coming on that heavy, unfortunately, as the scouts actually coming from the top right. Chin Stefan, they get taken down quickly by Shrugger.
That was a pretty cute little play. Like, we don't see a lot of that in North America. That was definitely a play they put on, try to spam and run in scout cleanup. They're going to lose both scouts, though. Both Ubers are being popped in the lower lobby area. Sizer gets the demo. Numlocked is down. That's going to cue the retreat for Epsilon. Nox is going to watch Mike get destroyed on Spire, and his other soldier, Gear, goes down as well. He's only got Stefano with him. There's someone on... Oh, Bash is behind, yeah. He's on Spy, he sees Banny. Banny doesn't see him because Bash is invisible, so we're gonna have to do the spy cam, Yuki, and see if he gets a playoff.
Yeah, no, he's disguised as enemy sniper. That's an interesting disguise to pick, as Banny already has stickies behind, so I wonder if he's actually wisened up to maybe something me behind. Yeah, it looks like Banny's like care for something behind, because they saw that Bash didn't die, so they're wondering if he's either spy. Yeah, it looks like they're looking out for a spy or a flank of some sort, so Banny is wise to the ways of the Bash.
Oh, he got shot! Who's the cheater? Oh, someone shot him, but they didn't finish him off. He's gonna run up now. I think Sizer shot him. They were trying to clear, shoot the invisible space. And if you see the little flicker of a man, and then oh, it's a spy, let's get him. I think Sizer shot him. So Sizer, hacker confirmed, as HRG is going to roll through. Both sides do have Uber. Of course, Bash is down. Usually the scout, a 5-on-6 fight here onto Spire, but Epsilon will not give this up without a fight. Mike is on Spire. Oh, but Banny hits the mini air shot onto Mike. MGE. Mike has hit quite a few air shots in his day, but Banny has hit a few as well. First early pop for Nox. Red Uber cycled very early. Shade does get forced. Not in a great position for the blue Uber to catch anybody, but they are going to probably get Spire out of this, Yuki, as Epsilon is back, though Gear is trying to pressure Banny out of the forward spawn. I don't know. Shade does go down to Shocky, but I don't think that's
happening left and right. Shrugger getting a nice pick on Gear, while Vash is just trying to get Banny there, who was lucky to get away with 8 hit points. Size is going to cover up this Spire point, though, with 51 hit points, as I'm going to be watching Shade to see if Banny is actually behind this last one. Oh my god, what is he? He's a curious little rhino coming in through here, as does get taken down by Mike, and Shrugger does take on Bash for his troubles. But
Shrugger doubles him behind the point. He's where Banny was. Shrugger is still alive. He's pressuring the point there. He might come in behind. Z Brian tried to help Sizer is up top right. Big Brown is getting crazy. He's gonna get onto Nox. Wow, these scouts are just so sneaky everywhere. Sizer's still alive. He's gonna get bombed by Gear, but his work is done. Shade has a crits Krieg at 80%. They're gonna pressure Lansky. Does Bash able to drop him? Banny is pressured back. Crits at 95%. I don't know if they'll just go right now. Banny onto Bash, but they are by themselves as of right now. Here comes Shrugger on the respawn. They're gonna pop this crits right in. Probably top left here in a second. Nope, Banny looks like he wants to take it underneath. And he is going to pop it. He does have to deal with a lot of stickies, but what a sticky onto Nox and onto Gear. Banny with the first big crits, as he is going to clear out everybody. Scouts cap, nice push there by HRG. Banny with the crits, and that's going to be 4-1.
Nox is actually running crit streak as well there. That was very interesting to see the defensive crit streak being used pretty much intentionally from spawn. I don't know, Epsilon are going to have to work out their faceplay a bit, is because they're doing pretty well in the mids, but it's just what's happening after the mids, just like the transition plays aren't really going well for them, as Numlocked playing on the balcony, forcing Banny actually towards the choke area, getting some pretty good damage on the blue players here. Zebrine is lucky to get away on 3 hit points. Wow, Shrugger with a nice kill on Nox, Gear returning with a kill on Shade, and just wow, frags happening left and right, as Sizer with a flank kill on 5 health, trying to get something, but doesn't turn fruitful, as Banny's the last man standing, and he's probably going to try and defend this middle as long as he can. He's coming through this window, being a sneaky little guy.
Yeah, Banny is definitely in the mood to make a play. He's going to get caught out here, but of course, Banny always stays alive when he should probably die. I'm not sure if Gear is going to try to jump him. Banny is going to go to his resupply cabinet, pick up some medicine, apply it to his wounds, and be fine, but the mid is going to go to Epsilon. I think 9 out of the 12 died, including both medics, so I'm not sure if Shade is going to be sneaky. Nope, he's regular Uber, and so is Nox, so both medics pretty much even. We're set for some kind of a standoff here. At the blue choke.
Yeah, I don't know. I think Epsilon will probably try some sort of reset push. I'm not sure if they'll push with their demo or whatever, but I'm sure they're going to just try and push reset. Looks like they're actually eyeing it before they even have Uber. I actually quite like this. Might try and catch HRG off guard as Mike with a nice pick on Lansky. Wow, it was a solo kill as well, so I don't know how Lansky let himself get killed there, as Epsilon are going to use that to, pushing him through that reset. Pretty much all their players are there. As Numlock actually pushing him through the choke as well, and HRG are forced completely back as Mike is chasing him through this lower lobby with his medic Nox. Is forced by Nox. Late counter Uber by Shady, excuse me, as Zeron's just trying to get behind and take down that demo. He does get out, and Stefan's going to jump to the Spire, but Sizer, meanwhile, getting a nice pick on Nox, and Epsilon bleeding a lot of players, and it looks like HRG getting the better end of the stick as they should be defending the Spire cbear, so yes, that late counter was pretty much the
Shade. Farmer Shade milking away, got his team 4 or 5 seconds of extra invulnerability in that Uber fight, and that really helped as they cleaned up pretty much everybody. We still do have Mike trying to stay alive with the super-powered stick, but he gets shot by Sizer, and point mid is going to go. So another time where Epsilon had a big advantage. They got the early pick on the Lansky, tried to push, but the combo work by Banny and Shade just too strong, as now Epsilon's going to try to defend, but Shade at a 40% advantage here. Wow, Sizer right in Numlock's face up by Lobby, just drops him with the 3-shot, and that is going to push Epsilon all the way back. They're up their lower left side, but they have to be careful because HRG is right there looking to push and end this right now.
Yeah, a bunch of angry Americans storming in through that lobby area as Stefan with the sneaky kill on Banny. That's going to actually probably turn this push on its head as Sizer's looking for some love on this soldier, but not having too much as Zebrine with some nice kills. Sizer finally does get a kill. Push is going to drop on both sides, but Gear with the potential clutch defense, no, that's not going to happen. That's going to be... Oh no, it's not 5-1 because, yeah, it's the ETF to all rule set, so it's a difference 5.
Alright, so we're going to keep playing until a team goes up by 5, so... my 5-1 prediction. Oh, I'm always right. You guys don't watch a lot of Team Fortress TV casts. Always right. Me. No, I'm never right, but I am this time somehow. Okay, so 5-1 HRG. I guess we're playing a 30-minute time limit. So basically, unless Epsilon pulls off the biggest comeback I've ever seen, HRG is probably going to take this first map. But they're going to bully out this 7th midpoint here. Numlock and Gear trying to get a couple back for Epsilon. They do get Shade. Nox is still alive. The Uber saw kill onto Lansky, which is going to cue the WTF from Shrugger and the happy face from Stefano, as Nox has gotten a couple nice bonesaw kills. And Numlock versus Banny, but Numlock is going to get an Uber. Banny does not have one, but he is full health. He's going to jump away. Can Numlock hit the best air pipe ever? No, Banny just says, oh, you want an Uber? I'll just jump all the way back to my spawn and I'll be fine. But nice mid win for Nox and company Epsilon. They've won quite a few mids. They've lost it in the next 2 fights, it seems.
Yeah, as I was saying earlier, yeah, this Epsilon doing so well in the transitional plays. I think they've just been a bit too aggressive. It's good that they've been trying to push with these like slight advantages, but they've just been too aggressive. As we saw, Mike, they had a player up, and they didn't just try and cap Spire. Instead, they just decided to push into lobby, thinking they had some sort of massive advantage. Just Epsilon are going to try this resup push again, trying to catch Lansky off. Shrugger does manage to get away on 5 hit points into resup, and Epsilon have kind of wrapped into this resup. I'm not sure Numlock's there by himself. I'm not really sure what's going on. Looks like they're tied up in house as Lansky trying to get some love, but Mike with MGE shotgunning down Lansky, but HG getting... Oh, well,
cue the Benny Hill music. No?
Yeah, cue Benny Hill music as I'll assume it was 5-1?
Yeah, I think the time limit just went. We're going to switch to the European server. We'll get that info as soon as possible, as Benny Hill's saxophone's going to play. Okay, sorry guys, so we're not done. We still have 2 more maps to go. HRG is going to win the first one. We sort of expected that. The ping advantage in the Dallas server. Epsilon, though, they took that first round. That was a pretty epic first round, the full comeback. But then HRG just ended up winning the rounds, though. I think Epsilon had a good showing, counter to what the scores showed. It did win quite a few fights and quite a few mids.
Yeah, definitely. I was just going to say that this game was a lot closer than the scores actually implied. Just Epsilon failing a bit in the phase play here and there, and a couple of failed last pushes trying to get their standard double soldier through lower right. Yeah, I think the main, like one of the bad pushes I was trying to say earlier was where they had an early pick on Lansky on the Spire, and they decided to try and push into lobby for whatever reason, thinking they had some overwhelming Uber advantage, and they didn't just focus on capping the Spire, trying to force HRG like to use their Uber in a bad position. Instead, they played right into HRG's hands and just completely got rolled from last, like to their last. So I don't know. Epsilon need to look to like not slow down their game a lot, but just like a little bit. They seem to be rushing ahead a bit. Though to be fair, I guess on the European server it'll probably be a lot easier for them with the latency. Yeah. I guess it's what they're used to. It's their style of play, and it's interesting to see the two different styles of play, because we know HRG to be the more, I guess, kind of passive team. Like not passive like all the time, but it's like they generally only push with like a really good advantage. And like you'll see, like, you know, the patented tag bomb and all these kind of things. All these utils sitting on last even when they've got like a few players up. It's just, yeah, interesting to see the clash of styles.
Okay, I have the info to the next server. I don't know what map we're going to play. That'll be a surprise if anyone knows. There you go,
Please
Comedian.
don't be Granary.
My friend, by the way, Comedian is doing the camera work for us today. First time I've worked with him in a while. Legend, TF2 casting production, did a lot of the i46 work, and we thank him for that, as people are at Snakewater, says Lansky. So Snakewater in Europe, we'll see how